Have you ever wondered why the kindest people often end up getting hurt the most? Why those who give everything, their time, love, energy, are the ones left standing alone when they need help? We call them too emotional, too sensitive, or too nice. But maybe the truth is, they simply care in a world that has forgotten how to. Today's story is about one such person and what she discovered when life pushed her too far. There was a young woman named Clara who lived in a small town surrounded by hills and green fields. She was known for one thing: her kindness. If an old man dropped his groceries, she'd rush to help. If her friends needed advice, she'd stay up all night listening, even when her own heart was breaking. She believed that being good to others would bring good back to her. And for a while, it did. People liked her, praised her, even called her the heart of the village. But slowly, things began to change. Clara started to notice that the same people who came to her for help disappeared when she needed them. When she fell sick, her messages went unanswered. When she failed an important exam, not one of her so-called friends checked on her. Yet, the moment they faced a problem, her phone would light up again. At first, she thought it was bad timing, but deep down, something inside her whispered, maybe don't really care. Still, Clara couldn't stop being kind. It was who she was, she thought. If I stop caring, I'll become like everyone else, cold, selfish, empty. So she kept helping. She kept giving. Until one day, life decided to teach her a lesson she would never forget. One rainy evening, Clara was walking home from work. She saw a small dog limping by the roadside, drenched and shivering. Without hesitation, she took off her jacket, wrapped it around the dog, and carried it home. She cleaned its wounds, gave it food, and stayed awake all night to make sure it survived. By morning, the dog was resting peacefully. For the first time in weeks, Clara smiled, a quiet, genuine smile that came from doing something pure. The next day, one of her friends visited. When she saw the dog, she laughed and said, "You're wasting your time again, Clara. It's just a stray. You care too much. That's why people walk all over you." Her words stung, but Clara said nothing. That night, as the rain fell softly outside, Clara sat by the window, thinking about her friend's words. Was being good really a weakness? She wondered. Was caring too much a mistake? Just then, her grandfather, who lived with her, walked into the room. He was an old, quiet man who rarely spoke unless he had something meaningful to say. He looked at Clara and asked gently, "Why do you look so sad, my child?" She hesitated, then said, "Grandpa, everyone says I care too much. They say that's why I get hurt. Maybe they're right. Maybe I should stop being so kind." Her grandfather sat beside her and smiled, the way only someone wise can. "Let me tell you something," Clara, do you know what happens when the sun shines too brightly? Clara looked at him, confused. He continued, some people hide in the shade and complain it's too hot. Others feel its warmth and are thankful. The sun doesn't stop shining because of the first group. It keeps doing what it was made to do. That's what being good means. It's not about who appreciates you. It's about staying true to who you are. Clara's eyes softened. But Grandpa, she whispered, it hurts when people don't care back. The old man nodded. Of course it does. Good hearts feel deeply. That's both their gift and their burden. You see, good people get hurt, not because they're weak, but because they love without conditions in a world full of transactions. But the pain you feel, Clara, it's not a punishment. It's a sign that your heart is alive in a world that has gone numb. His words lingered in her mind long after he left. That night, she looked at the little dog sleeping peacefully beside her. It couldn't speak. It couldn't say thank you. Yet caring for it filled her heart more than all the praise she had ever received. She realized then that kindness isn't about being repaid. It's about giving meaning to your own soul. You don't do it because the world is kind. You do it because you refuse to let the world make you unkind. From that day on, Clara changed, not into someone colder, but into someone wiser. She learned to help without expecting, to give without explaining, and to walk away when people took advantage of her goodness. She still smiled, but now she smiled from strength, not from fear of losing others. People noticed the change. Some respected her more. Others drifted away. But for the first time, Clara felt at peace. Months later, the same friend who once mocked her came crying, saying, "No one cares about me. Everyone leaves." Clara listened quietly and said, "I used to feel that way too. But then I realized something. The more you keep giving your heart to people who don't value it, the emptier you become. So now I give carefully. Not less, just wisely." The friend looked at her with tears and whispered, "You've changed." Clara smiled softly and said, "No. I've just learned how to stay kind without breaking. Remember this, good people don't lose because they care. They lose because they think everyone else does too. But one day, those same hearts will realize something powerful. While others were busy pretending to be strong, the kind ones were quietly carrying the world. So if you're one of those people who feel everything too deeply, who love without limits, who get hurt and still choose to love again, don't change. The world doesn't need fewer good people. It needs stronger ones who know their worth.